Hey everyone, welcome once again, I guess, to Audio Waves Rants and Raves with Crazy Dave. I'm your host, Dave Paris from Wallace Sound Productions. I've been really bad about not doing this regularly after I already committed that I was going to be doing this regularly. I've been, I'm only like I'm really only 4 episodes in, and already I'm getting too busy to do this regularly. Like I said before, I'm one man, people. I'm one man. But I know that I've been actually pursuing podcasting options and such, and so some of you maybe getting this through Spotify now and some other platforms as I'm getting that expanded and getting out into this crazy internet that all the kids are using nowadays. But I was hoping that I could have like a podcast version of the audio only version. I figured that might sell better. I think I got a great face for radio, but it looks literally like they're using the video options as much as possible and just stripping sound where applicable. So I apologize for those of you that actually do have to look at me, at least until I get to my summer weight. But I don't know. I keep finding ways to do this. It's been videos, YouTube videos, and now Spotify and Apple and Google and that are coming in. And I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to start doing all this on my TikTok page too. Video apparently keeps more people's attention, and eventually I'm gonna have to try to condense these podcasts that are getting longer down into like TikTok videos and things. But you're going to probably start hearing commercials and things as I go corporate and try to make a little bit more scratch off of all of this. But we're all just trying to get by, people. So please don't hold that against me. Hopefully the target marketing will work for you, and you won't be forced to buy things that might be inappropriate for you that that you don't need. I don't know. But regardless, I want to get into this. Today's topic is going to be original music and original music and your cover band. Basically, adding original music. The benefits and importance of adding original music to your show. This is a topic that really means a lot to me. I put this on my blog on my website back a few years ago when I had a blog, and people said you should do a blog because it engages people. I did make it a hidden page on my website just so I could keep it on there. Now I'm doing it for the video and the podcast because I want to engage with people and keep content out there. Like I say, probably I'll have to figure out a way to do it on my TikTok at some point. But if anybody's watching my TikTok, I'm out there on TikTok. I'm mostly just grabbing videos of when the 2 or 3 radio stations play the exact same song at the exact same time. But at any rate, I want to talk about original music for your band performing live. And I don't want to ignite a big hate-filled, trolling stream of anger or whatever throughout the internet or whatever. I just want to kind of open a perspective here about the benefits of doing original music. I know that there's this turf war exists between original bands and cover bands, and cover bands say that you got to play music that people like, and that you got to play stuff that people are familiar with, and that people want to hear songs that they know and that they can sing along with and things. And then there's cover bands out there that say that it's cheap that bands perform other people's songs, and that they don't want their style determined by doing cover music and selling out and doing that, and they play to smaller crowds just means that they're more faithful people wanting to hear original music and such. And the truth is they can both. We can live in a world where everybody's right, where both sides are right. Both sides can be right. I mean, maybe not everybody can be right, but there's truths in both things, and both things are equally valuable. And we musicians have a tendency to judge other people's art and music or talent or goals or whatever based on their own little measuring stick. I mean, people say I would never want to be in a band with like Arcade Fire because there's way too many members and everybody switching instruments is weird, and things. And yet, Arcade Fire could say I never want to be in a band like Nirvana where there's only 3 members and only 2 guys sing or something like that. I mean it's but we can't pinpoint based off of other people. And this isn't really trying to get any fights started, but I did want to kind of address the opportunities of or advantages of using using original music. So the thing that I often hear is that crowds don't want to hear original music, and every weekend you can go out and you can go see a local band. You can be sure that you're going to hear Jesse's Girl and Peaceful Easy Feeling or Don't Stop Believing, and all these other classics that every band plays and every audience seems to want to hear for reasons that they no longer remember. But working cover bands, they want to please audiences, and they're in tune with what the crowds want to hear. And they often make the point that playing music people want to hear gets you steady gigs and gets you the most pay. And there's truth to that. But established bands with solid fan bases are really missing out of opportunities to get a little bit of additional revenue, while we're really making a big investment in their own creativity and their fans. And kind of what I'm talking about is like performance royalties. Okay, I'm a licensed songwriter, and when I perform in certain licensed venues, I get a little bit of a kickback. I get a little bit of a financial payment for that. I mean, it could be anywhere in open mics to clubs, churches, the Colonel's baseball stadium that I played. So you get royalty payments for these venues that you play. I mean, and honestly, for weekend warriors, the payout is really kind of dismal, but it's still worth it, especially if you're in a band that plays regularly, to sizable crowds. But so like here's the gist. Okay, so most venues have to pay a fee for performance rights to performance rights management companies. Those are like ASCAP, BMI, or CSAC. Okay, and these are they're usually based, the fees that the venues pay are based off the size and their market and all these things. And so as a licensed songwriter, you can register your songs with these organizations. All right. And then after your performance, when you go out and play a show, you can go to their website and you submit your set list of all the songs that you've played, and give the performance details and such. Then you'll end up getting a payout based on the calculations for that certain time period, like quarterly, per year or something like that. It can be a small ROI, but you're getting your creativity, you're getting your music out, your original work out to your fans, and you are getting a little bit for it. Okay, so if you're doing a couple of songs, a couple of your own original songs, the best comparison I can make is that it'd be like about almost the price of gas, or about half a tank of gas or whatever. Okay, in a small club, host live music regularly, you might get a payout to a little bit under a gallon of gas or something, or maybe a small or medium coffee at one of your corporate coffee houses that we frequent. I mean, it's really not much, but think about this. Let's say that your band plays out 2 nights a week. And every show you do 2 originals. Okay. So you'll earn, per show about as much as, a gallon of gas per show. 2 nights a week, maybe 2 gallons of gas. Okay. If you're playing coffee houses by yourself, same type of thing. Okay. It's a small amount of revenue for your set, but you don't have to do much to really earn that. Okay. Except write a couple of songs. And you'll probably earn, you probably earn less on your monthly interest rate, at your bank than you do, playing your original songs at these venues. Okay. If you're streaming, and you're monetizing through, streaming over the internet, that's like 1/100th of a cent, so, in your digital playlists, your songs are earning considerably less than when you're playing them live. Okay. And over time, this does add up. I mean, it's a little bit of additional income, and you get to do some of your songs live. Okay. Now, the performance royalties, they're paid out in a variety of locales and settings. And so, a lot of the places that you're probably playing are probably paying into these, and the amount varies, per venue, per size, per, crowd size and everything. I mean, but you can report open mics and jam sessions, at registered locations. It's a negligible amount, but, when my band played the big sports arena here, we were getting paid, we got a payout of about, like 3 gallons of gas per song, and we did all original material. Okay. So, if you have, if you have an original song and you have it recorded, it's going to give you more opportunities. It's called in business is, diversification. Okay. You can, with your recorded song, you can stream it for monetization, like I said, which is, kind of a joke, but, it's a little bit, but, it gets your fans listening to your music, in music that they're already listening to. So that if they're adding you to the playlists of of their favorite bands, you're getting played, they might be playing your set list, on their phone, and they're still playing your music in there as well. Okay. And nowadays video is kind of standard. I mean, obviously I went from writing a blog to doing a video, video show or whatever. But even a cheap video, can get you some attention. I mean, and a bad one can too. You know, um, but giving people an opportunity to watch your song, to add it to their video playlists and such, that's just another thing. It's just another place where people get to hear you. You can also do merchandise. You can make a theme with your song and, put that on your koozies and your t-shirts and such. And, I think for a while, the big trend was, if you had a, lyric in your song that had a swear word, put the lyric, with the swear word on your shirt because it'll sell more because people want to buy that kind of filth. I don't know. I mean, that's a whole other, it's a whole other thing. If you're a Christian band, obviously you're not going to want to do that. It could work against you. But, and I wouldn't want to endorse anything that's not wholesome. But, regardless, having some type of marketing strategy behind your song just, makes it that much better. And then, then there's a question of the relevancy of physical product at this point. Can you sell a CD, making vinyl? Maybe you want to make a little 45, and sell that at your shows. And then, your fans can come up and autograph them and have something to take away that's yours. So there's plenty of opportunities. But, the other thing that you got to realize is that, the royalties that are being collected, they're being collected whether they go to you or not. I mean, it already exists. So, if you're doing if you're doing your set, it's mostly cover tunes, those royalties could either go to, Leonard Skinner or Adele or Journey, or they could go to you. Okay. And if you're a popular enough band that you sell out, like the local 1,700 seat arena, theater in your local town, I mean, that's paramount. The royalty fees are already added to the price of the tickets. Clubs, coffee houses, venues, and even restaurants, a lot of times are paying into these type of rights management fees. Okay. And so the payouts have to go somewhere. Okay. Like I say, they could either go to, the artists that you're covering, or you could get a little bit on that, and the pros, the performance royalty organization reps that, they often randomly appear at local venues, and they tabulate a list of songs performed at the venues, and then they report those as well. So sometimes the venues have to provide it, but generally they're, these places are grabbing, the lists. Okay. And you can submit them or they can be found, but it's, they're getting the information from somewhere. Okay. But I hear that crowds hate original music. Really? I mean, is your fan base really that fickle that, they're going to run screaming out of the venue, when you start into one of your own songs? Do the 500 people that, 500 likes that you have on Facebook, are they going to purposely stay home if you make a post that says, come to our show early and hear one of our original songs in the first set? I mean, if you put one of your originals between Sweet Child of Mine and your Ed Sheeran medley, is that going to cause your fan base to leave, to go to Chipotle across the street? I mean, maybe your audience deserves more credit than that. Maybe you deserve more credit than that. Maybe you just need to learn to write better songs. Maybe you need to just figure out a way to get the audience, to get the audience behind it, maybe market it a little bit. Maybe that's the reason that you do covers. I don't know, but I know that placement is key for original songs. You want to put your music, a lot of times early in the set when you're not doing your A-list material. That's when you want to break out your own stuff. At the end of the show, when people are already leaving, maybe throw in, one of your originals at that point. If you got that show where it's a small crowd and people are just kind of sitting around and everybody kind of just starts talking to the band when you're doing your show, play one of the songs just for them. Try to get them talking about it, and get them, get them involved. Hey, you guys are here. How about if we just try one of our original songs on you, kind of thing. Maybe you can convince your crowd to film it, post it on their social media themselves. But what's really important is that you are providing, new music to the masses, and it happens to be your own music, and I mean, this benefits everybody. It benefits other bands and artists because you're opening up the opportunity to expose people to new music and hopefully inspire audiences and other bands to do the same thing. Okay. It benefits you because you're getting a chance to express your talents and do something that's really your own. And I say this all the time, that classic music is only classic because it started out as new music that people had an opportunity to hear for the first time. So classic rock is only classic rock, because it was new music. It's think of your music as classic rock that people are hearing for the first time. And I mean, I realize that, taking the high road and playing the same songs that you've done since high school gives the people what they want. But doing something of your own allows the fans to connect with you, and be something, be part of something that you're part of, that you're providing, and it allows you to support your creativity, and nowadays, as far as the royalty is concerned, every little bit that you earn from your music, is really worth it. Think back as to why you got into a band. Was it, maybe it was your dream to play in a Van Halen tribute band. Um, maybe you just wanted to hang out with your friends and, help people have a good time. Maybe you wanted to explore your creativity and share your music. I mean, all of those are valid reasons, and maybe original music isn't your thing, and maybe you don't want to do a full on original set to 15 people, or the other bands and their girlfriends, you know, and go that route. But, if you're an established band and you've got a crowd, it's a great opportunity to throw in, to sprinkle in a little bit, and share the information. Heck, tell my friend Nick Hippert. He's, Nick Hippert and the late great Kevin Knocker, in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa area where I'm at. They were like two of the best music supporters. Kevin was always out videoing people and sharing live videos of bands. And Nick Hippert, really supports groups and promotes shows and listens to music on Spotify and things. And he's been a great supporter of me since I came into the Cedar Rapids area. Okay. But, in summary, don't be skeptical about adding at least some original songs to your set. You can make a little bit of cash for it, and if done right, your fans are going to embrace it, and that little bit adds up and can be diversified. And, you can always go back and learn another Black Keys song or add that to your set instead. But, don't be afraid to step out, and, pull out that stuff that, maybe you never wanted to present your band because you figured that they just wanted to do what the audience wanted to hear. I don't know. But, of course, if you need to record a original song, or make a video, give Wall of Sound a call. We can help with recording. We can help you develop a marketing strategy, and we can help develop a promotional plan. But I'm going to try to keep on keeping on with this. And thank you everybody for tuning in. As always, send me ideas and feedback, and that positive feedback from here on the internet. But thank you very much, and I am going to do my best to start making this a part of my daily routine or something.